Hello students, good morning. Previous class we will discuss about plant parts and product as food. We know already there are the two main sources of food is there. One is plant source and another one animal source. And we are get from food from plant in different parts. Like we are get food from plants, the parts of the plants like that. Some of the food item get from root and some of the food item get from stem and some of the food get from leaves and flower. So today we are going to talk about the activity 4. Today we are going to talk about that activity 4. So all the food items, all the food item get from plant as well as animal source itself. Okay, the activity 4, from all the food items you have listed in table 1.3. The page number 3, open it, the activity 4, the table 1.3 already what are the ingredients is there and sources also is there. And activity 4, these ingredients, those items whose ingredients are obtained from plants, which part of plants, they are also given the 3 column. One column is a main food source, one column is a main food source, and second column ingredients, and third column parts of the plants. Okay, and for example, your mother prepared the brinjal curry, so it is a food item. And ingredients mean what are the ingredients? Just you recall what is the meaning of ingredients. Ingredients means the added to dish or material you prepare any food items or any dish, so that is called the ingredients. So for example, your mother prepared the brinjal curry. That means so definitely some of the ingredients is needed. What are the ingredients needed for the brinjal curry? Brinjal first, and chili, and oil from groundnut, and mustard, and soya bean, and other parts of the plants also is very important. So then only your mother prepare the food. And that ingredients, that ingredients where we get already, all the ingredients, all the ingredients get from only 2 sources. One source is plant source, another one is animal source. So that ingredients where we get, for example, brinjal. The brinjal is one of the ingredient food items. So that ingredients where we get the brinjal actually is which part? The fruits. And chili, which part? Fruits. And oil from groundnut or mustard, where we get? Definitely from the seed. So whenever we have prepared the different food items, so definitely the ingredients is very important, otherwise you can't prepare any food item. So that ingredients where we get, like plant parts as well as that animal only. And for another one example, your mother prepared that chapati and chana masala. So what are the ingredients is needed for chapati? Definitely that wheat and water and salt also is very important. That source, that source means what? Like the wheat, where we get wheat. Definitely we get from plant source only. Like the seeds, which part? Particularly the seeds. And water also is available and salt also is available. Okay, and your mother prepared that the fish fry. Your mother prepared the fish fry. So what are the ingredients is needed? So first fish, and chili and salt and oil, and mustard and curry leaf. So these are the ingredients is needed for prepare the fish fry. And that ingredients where we get, definitely get from 2 sources. One source is plant source, another one is animal source. For example, the fish where we get from the animal source only. And chili, which source? Which source? Plant source only. The plant source, particularly the fruits. Okay, and oil, definitely which source? Like the plant source, and particularly which parts? The seeds. Have you understood? So that is the major food items and what are the ingredients and which part get from that ingredients. So That is very important. And next one, that activity 5. The next one, activity 5. So take some dry seeds of mung and chana. Take some the seeds of mung. Mung means like the possipayri. So next what you do, this is one kind of activity. This is very activity. Whenever you free, you can practice at home. Next, put a small quantity of seeds in a container or put the vessels. Take some small quantity of mung and take one small cup or vessels. Put the seeds and fill the water. Fill the water with water and leave this aside for a day. Next day, drain the water completely. So first what you do, take the small quantity of mung. It's nothing but it's one kind of seeds, like the Tamil meaning the possipayri, and take one vessels or cup. Then put the small quantity of mung and fill the water and keep on the one place. Okay. The next day, drain the water completely. What is the meaning of the drain the water completely? Means remove the water. Okay, remove the water completely and leave the seeds in vessels. Next, wrap them with a piece of wet cloth and set aside. The following days, do you observe any changes in the seeds? First what you do, take the one small cup, put the small quantity of mung and pour the water and keep at one place. Next day what you do, drain the water completely. Okay, did you see some white like structure is present on the seeds? White like, this is very important. The white like structure is present on the seeds. Okay, definitely we can see some of the change. What change did you see in that mung seed? Okay, like that, a small white structure grown out of the seeds. Small white structure may have grown out of the seeds. If so, the seeds have sprouted. The sprouted means what? Like the white color. That white colored substance is come out from the seeds, that is called the sprouted. Okay. If not, wash the seeds in water, drain the water and leave them aside for another day, covered with the wet cloth. Okay, next what you do, take one vessels and put the small quantity of mung and pour the water. Next what you do, this is one of the activities, very important activity. Whenever you free at home, then you do, no problem. Okay, then what you do, pour the water and keep at one place. Next day what you do, remove the water completely. Remove the water completely and leave the seeds in vessels. Did you see some of the white like structure is present on the seeds? Next, wrap them with the piece of wet cloth. The next day what you do, take the vessel. Next to take one the white cloth, put the seeds and close it. Okay. Next day open it. Definitely you can see some of the change. So what change you can see? Like the white color substance, like the white colored structure may have grown out of the seeds, that is called the sprouted. Okay. So this is very good for us. Okay. After washing these sprouted seeds, you can eat them. After washing these sprouted seeds, you can eat them. They can also be boiled and some spices and get a tasty snacks to eat. Okay, and next one, the nectar. The next one what? The nectar. The nectar means nothing but, like the honey, honey. Do you know where honey come from? Where did you get honey? Honey get from honeybees. Okay. And how is produced? Have you seen the beehive where so many bees keep buzzing about? The bees collect nectar. The bees collect nectar. The nectar means nothing but is a sweet juice. The nectar means nothing but is a sweet juice from flower. The beehives, where did you get sweet juice? From the flower. From the flower. That convert it into the honey and store in it that hive. So first, honeybees, where you sit, the honeybees sit on the flower. What we get? Like one of the sweet substance. What is the name of the substance? Nectar. The nectar means nothing but is a sweet juice, that is called that nectar. Okay, and flowers and the nectar may be available only for part of the year. So bees store this nectar from this use all through the years. When we find such a beehive, we collect the food stored by a bees at honey. So what is the main role of the honeybees? The honeybees always sucking and getting the honey from flower, and where will store, and the honey is stored within that beehive. Okay, beehive. After we will get the honey from that beehive. Okay, so the nectar means, that is a very important one more question. The nectar means nothing but is a sweet substances or sweet juice get from flower, that is called nectar. That is called what? Nectar. Okay, thank you students.